No, if they don't get them, we'll come and see.
Good afternoon, Chair, House of Representative Committee on Public Accounts Committee, the Deputy Chair, the President of the West African Association of Public Accounts Committee, and other delegates here present, esteemed delegate, development partners, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, I am honored to extend my warm greetings and a message of goodwill to all participants at the 11th West African Association of Public Accounts Committee Conference being held here in the historic chambers assembly here in Abuja. This gathering is a testament to the growing commitment of our region. Champions of the people tasked with scrutinizing our stewardship. You have the tough questions that ensure that public funds, including borrowed funds, are used for their intended purposes and deliver value for money. Therefore, a strong independent of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President market is vibrant with various instruments so towards more integrated and transparent financial governance framework operation in the audit and financial oversight space. I also salute the National Assembly of Nigeria for hosting this important event for its consistent effort in promoting accountability within our own national framework. May the deliberations of this conference lead to meaningful resolution and inspire renewed commitment to our shared goals. I wish you all a successful and impactful conference. Thank you very much.
Accounts Nigeria. Please, one round.
You should use the handheld, it's clearer. Now all of us connect from the mixer, now everybody connect. It's clearer than this.
We should use that one. The noise
the handheld.
Even the
noise.
The noise will go.
You should use that one. No, should stay there now.
And purpose of information in the program that we have before us. And there's a presentation that's supposed to come now of Nigeria. That's the presentation that we're supposed to have right away. But the Debt Management Office representative is not here yet. So we'll move on to the next presentation, which is the one on the evolving role of Parliament in public debt governance, legal and constitutional frameworks, challenges of will be delivered. So I'll hand over to the President to formally introduce the topic and the speaker, and then I will say one or two things. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Ambassador.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. De notre volonté, vous nous rassurez que la cérémonie va bien se dérouler. Et sur ce, je voudrais rapidement vous dire le thème que nous allons aborder en second plan. C'est l'évolution du rôle des parlements dans la gouvernance de la dette publique. Le cadre juridique et constitutionnel, le début et opportunité pour l'engagement parlementaire. Le conférencier, le professeur Sam Amandi, droit, stratège en politique mondiale et expert en gouvernance, directeur de l'école des pensées politiques et sociales d'Abuja. Monsieur le conférencier, Monsieur le conférencier, Monsieur le conférencier, do you understand me? Oui. Ok. Donc, je viens de le faire. Donc, vous avez la lourde responsabilité d'entretenir tous les présidents des commissions des finances et de l'Afrique de l'Ouest. C'est une lourde responsabilité que nous vous confiez. Et vu votre CV, nous n'avons aucun doute que tout le monde serait bien servi. Merci, monsieur.
He's an author who has written so many books and articles in both local and leading international journals. At the moment, he coordinates the Abuja School of Social and Political Thought and the Chief Chief Ideas Officer of the Local State Advisory, a public sector policy and strategy consulting firm in Abuja, Nigeria. Professor Amadi has spoken at national and international conferences, seminars, and training programs on different subject matters on policy in Lagos. Thank you very much.
Please another round of applause for him. As he makes his way here, please can we invite the participants that are sitting at the right to please occupy the front seats. You can come forward, please. Thank you very much. Professor Sam Amadisa.
enable growth that improve also lead to social justice, which is it creates equal access. There was a time in this parliament when the previous government wanted to borrow a lot of money, and they proposed borrowings. The projects were skewed in favor of some region against others. So that affects social justice imperative. You have to ensure that reduce poverty drastically. Problem where this is the old at $1.90. And that's why you should look at. And that's why you should look at sovereign funds like in Norway, Finland, even Dubai. That's national saving. Now, when countries don't have sovereign funds like in Norway, Finland, even Dubai, that's national saving. Now, when countries don't have the discipline to save, in which case you will still use your poverty to pay. And that's where Africa got into the serious debt crisis in the 1980s that led to demand for debt forgiveness, which Nigeria finally got off debt in 2012, I think. But we are back, 2011, we are back to serious debt. So this is one of the issues. And then do not increase employment or sustainable income. So debt servicing is a fixed charge on domestic income and savings. As the size of debt grows or the interest rises, debt service is what we call basic transfer. Now, basic transfer is the foreign exchange inflow or outflow related to a country's borrowing, the quantitative difference between the net capital inflow, which is called gross inflow minus amortization, on past debt and interest payment on existing or accumulated debt. So let's forget the mathematics. What this means is earnings and then their capacity to service the debts. Next slide. So I can get to, okay. These are just basic timeline. Next slide. Let's leave the borrowing under, this is Obasanjo, who finally paid off debts. Last count, this government has borrowed more than all these governments that have gone before. Now, the problem is that our people says that our debt, much of your debt, more than this. World Bank says 22.5% is okay. It means that for every 100 naira we earn, we borrow extra is okay. It means that for every 100 naira we earn, we borrow extra 44 naira to service. So I want to tell us that what we should be looking at in debt management is the debt to servicing. Because that's what constrains your capacity to fund recurrent and capital expenditure. Debt to GDP might be okay, but debt to servicing is very bad. In most countries, it's about 15%, highest 20-25. But in Nigeria, as of January, it was 144. That's not some debt sustainability comparison. As at that time, you can see that Nigeria is in a bad both debt servicing to revenue. As at 2027, revenue gap is high for Nigeria. Debt service is high. Debt with more of our revenue than they are doing. Next slide. Okay, so with all this scenario, how should the parliament be dealing with this? That's what I want to focus on. Next slide. First, I look at the various laws. Looking at the Nigerian Responsibility Act, fiscal here is to lay out the various toolbox for purpose of legislative control. What are the legal framework that we use? Next slide. Next slide, yeah. Okay, core constitutional principles. No, can you go back, sorry? Next slide, go back. I think we got something wrong. Okay, that's fine, go back, yeah, it's right. Go, yes, forward, sorry, forward. I'm sorry, forward, yes. Okay, so here, we look at core constitutional principles for public debt management. First is separation of power, federalism. We talked about legislative appropriation and approval of public expenditure, public value, legislative oversight, competitiveness and value for money, prudence and effectiveness. Next slide. Next slide, yeah. That's management. Why is it so? First, it gives this assembly is in the parliament. The power of fiscal oversight is in the parliament. And so, separation of power is a concept that is well known in Nigerian constitution. Next slide. Okay. So, like I mentioned, you can see different, components of separation of power. The executive can manage the economy. The legislature can deal with the oversight and regulation, and the judiciary with adjudication. Next slide. So I'll be fast here. Next slide here. Okay. So now the point I want to make is that go back. The constitution is designed in a way that the executive